Good morning, students. In pedagogy of English at primary level, my today's topic is recommendations of State Curriculum Framework 2011. Andhra Pradesh State Curriculum Framework 2011 was designed on the basis of guiding principles, strategies, and also recommendations of NCF 2005 and suggested that language textbook should have the following features. So based on the features only, language textbook is going to work effective manner at primary level by the recommendations of the SCF 2011. So some of the recommendations now we are going to discuss. What are those recommendations? So in that, first one, the material selected must match the cognitive levels and social and cultural background of the children. Social background, cultural background, cognitive level of the students means that the teaching learning material, the textbook, the lessons which we are going to include in the textbook, so those should be according to cognitive level of the students. Cognitive level means according to the knowledge level of the students, according to abilities of the students. At the same time, whatever material which we are going to include in the textbook, those material should be according to the social and also cultural background of the children. Social and cultural background of the children means the children, pupil who are living in a particular area, so that particular area social and cultural aspects should be included in the textbook. Next, second one, they should help the learners to achieve the class-wise desirable language competencies, expected standards and learning outcomes. In English, we have expected learning outcomes and expected standards also there, and also language competencies are there. So whatever language competencies are there, whatever expected learning outcomes are there, whatever expected standards are there, so by concentrating on that area, the textbook should be prepared. Means that at primary level in English, 6 academic standards learning competencies are there: listening and responding, reading, conventions of writing, creative expression, vocabulary, grammar. These all are the 6 learning competencies are there. So these 6 competencies should be achieved by the learner by using the textbook. Next, third one, at primary level, the language textbooks should contain attractive, thought-provoking pictures reflecting children's environment. Means that whatever pictures which are going to be included in the textbook, those pictures should be attractive and thought provoking. Thought provoking means when students are going to visualize that picture, they are going to see that picture, they should they should imagine, they should think about that picture. So that is called, at the same time, whatever questions he wants to get answer from that particular area, so thought provoking question should be come out from the students. So that's why, so whatever pictures we are going to include, so those pictures should be according to level of the students. And also when students are going to start thinking about the picture which is related to the child environment, if it is going to be included in the lesson or in the textbook, then automatically their students are going to start thinking about that picture. Next, high quality paper and printing. If you see the textbooks, colorful textbooks will be there, high quality paper will be there, and also printing also in a bold letter it will be there. So that if quality will be high, colorful pictures are there, textbook is completely in a colorful manner, so there 100% students are going to engage in a learning in an attractive manner, and also in a with interest they are going to participate in language learning. Next, the language used in the textbook should be simple, and textbook should provide such creative space where children can use their own language. Means that for example, in a textbook, difficult, tough language is there, the language which could not understood by the students, there students are not going to read, students are not going to get the gist from that particular area. So that's why language should be simple in the textbook. At the same time, in that textbook, there students has to get some space, little bit of space to use their own language. Why? Means if student is getting space to use their own language, it is nothing but that student is involving in learning of the language. And next point, it should contain the suitable exercises to enable the children to perform class-wise discourses. So class-wise discourses means what? In a textbook, songs will be there, poems will be there, stories will be there, rhymes will be there, conversations will be there, dialogues will be there. All these are going to comes under in discourse. So for the purpose of performing all these discourses in effective manner, for the purpose of understanding all these discourses in effective manner, whatever exercises should be in the textbook, those exercises should be related to the discourses itself only. So then only they are going to get connection between exercises and also discourses. One discourse is there, suitable exercise is compulsory. One song is there, suitable exercise is compulsory. So that's why if suitable exercises are there in the textbook, student is going to learn all discourses in a complete manner. And next one, lessons in the language should be based on discourses like songs, poems, stories, discourses, conversations, dialogues, etc. Means that if you go through with primary level textbook, in every lesson poem will be there, story will be there, lesson will be there, exercises will be there, activities will be there, songs will be there, right? Stories will be there, conversations will be there, dialogues will be there. So these all are going to put together in one unit. In each unit there is need to include all these discourses, then only learner is going to get all language skills. Means that listening, speaking, reading, writing, at the same time whatever academic standards are there, listening and responding, reading, conventions of writing, creative expressions, vocabulary, grammar, these all are going to be named as academic standards in English at primary level. So these all can be achieved only if different discourses when you are going to include in the textbook. And next one, selected lessons should represent different regions, ages and language forms. For example, you are teaching in a particular area, whatever lessons are there, so whatever lessons are there in English textbook, those lessons should represent different age people. For example, within one class different age people will be there, by getting the difference of 6 months or 1 year or 2 year. So that textbook should be used by the different age people, at the same time different region people. Even though different language people are there, different region people are there, so those areas should be reflected in the textbook. Next, you are teaching English in the classroom. in particular area, so their number of languages are there. So whatever textbook you are using, that textbook should represent different forms of the languages which are available in that particular area. Next one, self-learning exercises should be given priority. Self-learning exercises means what? By not depending on teacher, by not depending on parents, by not depending on his or her peer group, if student is going to involve in learning, so those exercises are going to be called as a self-learning exercises. So those self-learning exercises compulsory we should include in the textbook or according to SCF 2011. Next one, language exercises should be in the form of activities that lead to exploration, discourse, research, observation. They may also consist of quiz, matrix, puzzles and also language games. So whatever exercises we are going to include in the textbook, those exercises should be in the form of activity. When exercises are in the form of activity, when student would participate in that activity, so that will be useful to improve research ability of the learner, observation ability of the learners. At the same time, whatever exercises which we are going to include, not only those exercises should be in the form of activities, those exercises should be in the form of quiz, matrix, language games, puzzles. So these all are going to play an important role in learning language in active manner. And the next one, space should be provided for the child in the textbook to assess the progress through self-assessment. Means that 24 hours that child is not going to available in the school, 24 hours teacher is not always available with the student. So there, when he will come to the home, so there, when student is having textbook, in that textbook some activities are there, some exercises are there. By doing those activities and exercises, that student can able to assess whether what is the position of my progress. For the purpose of knowing the progress of the learner, when he is going to do the assess himself or herself, that is going to be called as self-assessment. So in teaching learning process, in learning of the language, self-assessment is going to play an important role. Next, to avoid boredom and monotony, lesson should begin with thought-provoking questions. Boredom, monotony means what? Boredom means what? Continuously you are teaching a lesson, there is no creativity, there is no innovation, there is no divergent teaching and learning, then automatically students are going to feel boredom and also monotony in the classroom. To avoid that situation in the classroom, in the textbook, what is compulsory? In each and every lesson, thought-provoking questions are going to play an important role. So that's why at primary level, in English textbook, at the starting or at the beginning of the every lesson, one picture will be there related to child experiences. Based on that picture, two to five questions will be there on that same page. Those questions are thought-provoking questions. When thought-provoking questions are there, if student is going to get the question from the teacher, so their student is going to think to give accurate answer to that question. Then automatically student is not going to feel boredom, monotony in the classroom. Next, in textbooks, there should be pictures related to situation, context. These pictures should lead to enhance children creativity and imagination. The main goal, purpose, objective of teaching English inside the classroom is developing or enhancing creativity and imagination power of the child. For that purpose, whatever pictures which you are going to include in the textbook, those pictures are related to the content or situation. When content related, situation related picture is available in the textbook, then automatically that leads to enhanced creativity and also imagination power of the children. Okay, next one, exercises in the textbook should promote individual, group and whole class activities. Already you know that number of activities are going to be included in the textbook. Number of activities should be included in the textbook according to SC of 2011. So if number of activities are there, so those activities should be in a different forms. Some activities should be in a individual manner, some activities should be in a group manner, some activities should be in a whole manner. Means that if you give a one activity, so that activity can be completed by individual, another activity can be completed by in a group manner, and another activity can be completed by whole class manner. If individual, group and whole activities which are going to be available in the textbook, then students are going to involve with dedication. Even below average students also going to participate in the completion of those activities. Next one, the exercises given in the textbook should provoke the child go through additional reading material to enable the child to become an independent reader. Independent reader means what? Without depending on teacher or any other person, if he is reading, that person is going to be called as an independent reader. So that's why whatever exercises you are going to give, those exercises, if student is ready to complete, so there whatever exercises you are providing in that textbook, while completing those exercises, that student not only complete by using the textbook, he should take the support of reference material. When is going to get the support of reference material, when is going to take the support of reference material, then 100% is going to become an individual reader, individual learner. So that's why whatever exercises you are going to give, so don't give exercises from the textbook itself only, from textbook lessons itself only. Some exercises should be taken from the other reference material also. Okay, next one, children should be able to grasp the meaning of the word from the context. Based on this, vocabulary exercises should be given. And children should grasp the meaning of the word from the context or sentence itself only. Why means, my suggestion for you is, don't motivate them to use dictionary in the classroom, not only in the classroom, in their home also. Why means, when you are going to take the support of dictionary, then automatically your vocabulary is going to be improved, but you don't know how to use that vocabulary in real life situation. For that purpose, here according to SC of 2011, what is compulsory? Children should be able to grasp the meaning of the word from the context itself only. Means that within the sentence only, if one difficult word is there, is not understanding exact meaning of that difficult word, there automatically student will turn into take the support of dictionary. So there you are not going to give a freedom to use dictionary. So what you are going to motivate them? Try to get the meaning of the word from the sentence itself only. When you read sentence completely, when you are going to understand sentence, meaning of the sentence completely, then 100% you are going to get the meaning of that word. So in a same manner, in a situational manner, in a context manner, so whatever exercises you are going to give related to vocabulary, so those vocabulary can able to develop in a speedy manner. At the same time, they can able to use in their real life situation. Next, A small dictionary text based words and their meanings in alphabetical order should be given at the end of the textbook to improve the study skills. At the end of the textbook, I am not giving a suggestion to you. This is not the recommendation to use the dictionary, but whatever difficult words which are available in each and every lesson, at the end of the textbook in an alphabetical order with meanings, you are going to provide that vocabulary to improve the study skill of the learners. So then what is the use of providing separate dictionary words at the end of the textbook in an alphabetical order? Whenever is going to get the problem in understanding meaning of the difficult word, first he will try to understand from the context itself only. Then second, he will directly go to the vocabulary which are available at the end of the text. He is going to get the meaning, then he is going to understand, then he is going to continue reading, but he is not going to depend on any other private dictionary. Okay, next one, inbuilt grammar passage. Inbuilt grammar passage should be given contextually so that children formulate grammatical rules by themselves. In this process, it is very easy for the teacher to make the involvement of the children in learning. ఇన్బిల్ట్ ప్యాసేజ్ అంటే ఇన్బిల్ట్ గ్రామర్ ప్యాసేజ్ అంటే మనకి ఇప్పుడు లేటెస్ట్గా ఫోన్లు అన్నిట్లో వస్తున్నాయి ఇన్బిల్ట్ బ్యాటరీ. అట్లనే ప్రైమరీ లెవెల్ టెక్స్ట్ బుక్లో గ్రామర్ని సపరేట్గా ఇవ్వకుండా ఆ లెసన్లోని భాగంగా విత్ ఇన్ ద పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ లెసన్ ఇట్స్ ఓన్లీ, విత్ ఇన్ ద పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ డిస్కోర్సెస్ ఇట్ సెల్ఫ్ ఓన్లీ. ఇఫ్ grammar is provided, then children are going to learn grammar in an easy manner, and unconsciously they are going to learn grammar in an easy manner. If you are going to provide grammar in a separate manner, then automatically in their mind one particular mindset will be there. Grammar is very difficult for us, we can't able to apply in our real life situation. But when you are going to learn grammar in part and parcel of learning of the language, then automatically, unconsciously, you are going to use accurate grammar when you are going to communicate, when you are going to write, when you are going to read, and when you are going to do anything in everywhere, 100% you are going to use grammar, because you are learning grammar in inbuilt process manner, part and parcel of learning of the language. Next, exercises must be given among others in following forms. అంటే ఎలాంటి ఎక్సర్సైజెస్ ఇవ్వాలి? ఎక్స్టెండింగ్ పోయమ్స్ అంటే యాడ్ లైన్స్ టు ది స్టోరీస్, కంక్లూడింగ్ స్టోరీస్, రైటింగ్ అ కాన్వర్జేషన్స్, డ్రామటైజేషన్, మోనో యాక్ట్, రివ్యూ, డిస్క్రిప్షన్స్, ట్రాన్స్లేషన్, ప్రాజెక్ట్ వర్క్, కల్చరల్ సాంగ్స్, proverbs, idioms. ఇలాంటి రూపంలో by using in all this manner, in this different forms, you are going to provide exercises in the textbook in each and every lesson. Next, in the introductory textbook, means that for the beginners, language should not be introduced in isolated, linear or fragmented mode, but in the reverse order as per the modern linguistics. Examples: context will be there, discourse will be there, sentence, words, letter. In this manner, you are going to give the practice of the learning language at the beginning stage. And next one, language textbooks should reflect local customs, cultures and traditions. Means that whatever local traditions are there, whatever local customs are there, whatever cultures are there, different religion people will be there, different caste people will be there, different festivals will be there, different tribes will be there. So whatever cultures, traditions, customs which are available in the particular area, so those areas which are going to be included in the textbook. This is the suggestion of SCF 2011. Next one, they should also, means that language textbook should also reflect local arts, అంటే స్థానిక కళలు అంటాం, local arts जो अपने नज़दीक में arts रहता ना, उनको अपन include करना है. Local arts such as बुर्रा कथा, ఒగ్గు కథ, హరికథ, పల్లె సద్దులు, యక్షజ్ఞానం, కోలాటం, బుడుబుక్కలాట, చిందుల భజన, చెక్క భజన. These all are different arts which are going to be available in a local area. So these areas we are going to include in English language textbook. And last point, textbook should be suitable for continuous comprehensive evaluation. దాన్ని మనం it is going to be considered in a short form CCE, continuous comprehensive evaluation. Starting page to the ending page, every second, every minute, what is compulsory? Evaluation is compulsory. Evaluation is nothing but testing the knowledge of the learners, knowing the progress of the learners. For the purpose of knowing the progress of the learners continuously, from starting of the textbook to the ending of the textbook, you are going to teach, you are going to conduct activities, and you are going to organize discussions, you are going to organize conversations, you are going to conduct script test, you are going to organize different programs in the school. So by concentrating on all these areas, you are going to do evaluation. Evaluation helps to know the development of the learner in a particular area. In language learning also, continuous comprehensive evaluation is going to play an important role. When if you want to apply continuous comprehensive evaluation in language development also, in that in English language textbook also, that textbook should be suitable for the purpose of doing continuous comprehensive evaluation. These all are the recommendations of State Curriculum Framework of 2011 for the purpose of English language textbook. Because for teacher and also for students, textbook is going to play a vital role. If you don't have a textbook means you don't have a weapon. For teaching also, for learning also. For teaching, for the purpose of preparation for the teacher, for the purpose of preparation of lesson plan, period plan, for the purpose of preparation of teaching learning material, what is compulsory? Textbook is going to play an important role. If textbook is an effective manner, in an activity manner, in a divergent manner, in a creative manner, in an innovative manner, then students are going to involve learning both in a self manner and also inside the classroom also. Thank you.